What's up, my Fina loves? It's Miss Fina D coming to you all from Fina Team News. I do have a lot of Real Housewives of Atlanta content, so that's the reason why I'm giving a little backstory before I get to the Instagram live and the hot mess that happened a few hours ago. Now, most of you know who singer Neyo is. You are aware that Monyetta Shaw Carter, who's currently on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I'm not sure if she's coming back for season 16, was engaged to Neyo. They have 2 children together. Monyetta is now married to someone else. So in the image on the screen, you see Neyo, their 2 children, Monyetta and her current husband. Monyetta and Neyo were never married, but I do notice that people refer to her as his first wife a lot, but they were engaged and Neyo been married one time. He was married to his now ex-wife, Crystal, and they have 3 children together. The huge controversy is that Neyo allegedly told Monyetta to tie her tubes and that he was going to go and get his, the snip procedure done. And that they had 2 children, a boy and a girl, this amazing life. They were about to get married. Why keep having children? We can raise the 2 beautiful kids we have, travel, and just enjoy this amazing life that we are creating together. But then after Monyetta went and got her tubes burned, her words, Neyo broke up with her and moved on. So that was the huge controversy. Neyo then came out and said that's not what happened. Monyetta came to me and told me she was happy with the 2 kids that we have, a boy and a girl. She was happy with that. She did not want to have more kids. And if I will be willing to also get the procedure done. Neyo said he then turned to her and told her, allegedly, it's your body. Do what you want with your body. I can't tell you what to do with your body, but as far as me, I'm not doing that, okay? So when Neyo was getting dragged and called all types of names, Monyetta came out and said, listen, at the end of the day, I'm an adult. I didn't have no gun to my head. I made that decision. I made the choice to book the appointment and do everything I did. Absolutely, when you're in love, you could get influence and all of that. But she came back out and said, I made a choice. So allegedly, in the interview, Monyetta also said when you are filming a reality TV show, of course, the producers and the editors are going to do certain things to make the story sound a certain way. But at the end of the day, it was her decision. Regardless of the correction that Monyetta made, Neyo to this day still get dragged that basically he forced a grown woman to go and make that decision when the grown woman is saying, I made that decision on my own, okay? But the damage was and is done. A year after their relationship ended, Neyo meets Crystal, okay? So there was no overlapping. Crystal was not his mistress. Crystal as in his ex-wife. People keep running that, even though Monyetta, Crystal, Neyo, and their children went on the rear, and Monyetta said out of her own mouth, Neyo did not cheat on me with Crystal. Did he cheat on me? Yes, but the chick wasn't Crystal. Crystal came when we were done. Our engagement was over. Even though the ex-fiance have clarified that, people are still choosing to stick with Crystal was the mistress. That's important because Crystal got dragged and bullied real bad because the hurt of you told your ex to allegedly tie or burn her tubes and then you move on, went into a new woman, and you are having all of these children that your ex could possibly not be able to have, even though Monyetta did say that the procedure could be reversed. Her words, not mine, okay? Crystal was like, but I have nothing to do with that decision. So because that story wasn't good enough, how can you blame Crystal for something that happened between Neyo and his ex? People then say, okay, let's add the fact that Crystal was his mistress. This then going to lead to the hate and make the story more interesting when Crystal was never his mistress. That part is important because while Crystal was married to Neyo, he had a mistress. For the people who were screaming, that's her karma, she was never his mistress. But Neyo did cheat on Crystal with somebody else, not just cheat on her. He had not one, but 2 kids with the new woman. Now, you all know they had an explosive, situation on social media, divorce and all of that. When Crystal wrote 8 years, 8 years of lies and deception, 8 years of unknowingly sharing my life and husband with numerous of women who sell their bodies to him unprotected, every last one of them. To say I'm heartbroken and disgusted is an understatement. So ask me to stay and accept it is absolutely insane. Go ahead and read the rest because I'm trying to get to the current story. This backstory is too long. And when Crystal posted that, people once again were in the comments, that's your karma. I will never understand why when the people involved, especially the person that people think they are supporting, comes out and say, this did not happen, but yet people want their version of the story to be so true, so they continue to run with the lie. Why would Monyetta sit on national television next to her ex-fiance Mistress and say, oh yeah, she wasn't a mistress? And because Monyetta finally defended Crystal and said, you all have to stop these lies, she was never the mistress, the people got upset and were like, oh, Neyo, pay her off. Pay her off to do what? Anyways, let's stay focused. Anyways, Neyo then starts cheating. He has 2 kids while he's still married to his ex-wife. What is so interesting in all of this was Crystal and Neyo's first wedding. She was pregnant at the time with their first child together. So after 5 years of marriage, or almost, I think, 6 years of marriage, they had a vow renewal. So Crystal's over here smiling, being happy. Okay, we're going to work it out because, they had a brief separation and then worked it out and all of that, did interviews, and COVID saved our marriage because I'm not on the road that much. I can be home, and the list goes on and on. But this whole time they're having a vow renewal. Neyo out here with a mistress and 2 kids. Crystal then filed for divorce. They are divorced. It's over, all of that. Now the mistress, when everything ended, Neyo was spending time with her, hanging out with her, and all of that. So she felt like, I won. I got what I wanted. The way how it happened was messed up. I'm sorry, her words, but I'm in love. I got my man. I'm good. But now Neyo is running around town with 2 girlfriends, and one of those girlfriends are not her. She's not in the picture. She's not included. So when you were sleeping with this married man and you thought he was going to choose you, his wife divorced him. He now have 2 girlfriends and he did not choose you. So now you know what it feels like. You are getting your karma, okay? So then the ex hops on Instagram Live to, in her words, to expose Neyo. She starts calling him out of his name, and people are saying, wait a minute, you want him to do certain things? You want to behave like you now have morals and values, but when you knew he was married with his wife, not separated, you were a willing participant to not only sleep with him, but have 2 kids with a married man, and now for some odd reason you have morals and values. So that's where the drama is coming from. So let's get into the Instagram Live.
Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr., tell him about the freak off. He calling the police, y'all. He calling, no, I don't give a, listen. No, you know what you did. You body slammed me on the floor. Come on, police. Tell him the real you. 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 And why we're here today. Tell him why we're here today. Shut boy, refuse to remove me. Why? Because the commotion. How did the commotion start? What did we talk about? What did I ask of you?
All of that is irrelevant.
All of that is irrelevant.
Started throwing shit and getting loud and disturbing peace.
Okay, so you calling the police like a y'all, guess what? Over what? Because he want hoes over the house while his kids is here. While you likes to have hoes, drugs, and weed, alcohol, mushrooms, and prostitutes in the house while his kids are here. Everyone has asked him to stop, but he will not listen to nobody. This is what's going on. This is the tea. While the is in the house, I asked him not to bring no in the house. I even came over here to help him with these kids because he won't watch these kids. Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr., tell him about the freak off. Tell them about the freak off. Tell them the truth. Tell these people the truth. Oh, shut the fuck up. You don't give a fuck about none of these kids. Do y'all see a fucking picture in this house of a fucking kid? He don't care about these kids. All he care about is doing drugs, drinking alcohol, fucking these hoes. That's what you care about. So let's go. I'm a Diddy bop the fuck up out of here. You and your freak off. You can get back to your freak off in a minute. You'll be next. You'll be next. You'll be next. You'll be next. Your stories will be coming out next. He gonna say, my daughter crying. You gotta go. But the hoe gonna stay, huh? The hoe gonna stay? The hoe gonna stay?
Excuse me.
The hoe gonna stay? The hoe gonna stay?
Excuse me.
The hoe gonna stay?
Come on now.
The hoe gonna stay?
You're doing a lot.
Huh?
Excuse me.
Why can't you just be at home with your kids?
Why can't you just get out?
Why you just can't be at home with the kids?
Excuse me.
Why you can't be at home with the kids? Is that hard for you to lay in the bed and lay down with your kids?
No, I've done it before.
No, you don't do it. That's the problem. That's why I'm here, and you know that. And you know that. And you know that, though. And you know that. And you know that. I'm on that. Shut up. Shut up. Shut your up. Man, shut your up. Shut your up. Take care of your kids and shut the bitch. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Mr. Clean. Please stop playing with me before I slap the shit out of you.
Yo, you slap the shit out of me.
No, shut your up. Shut your, yeah, I know I'm gonna go to jail with you. That's why I'm staying far away from you. The police. Shut your up. Pussy hoe.
What I'm supposed to do, fight you?
You already did that.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Shut up.
This is sad because I'm sure you all are seeing one of the children in the room on the bed while she's cursing and doing all of that. Now, she did say allegedly that Neyo body slammed her. If he did that, I don't rock with that. I don't agree with that. But you're literally antagonizing him. You have the camera in his face. You're insulting him, talking over him, telling him to shut the bleep up, all in the presence of your kid and your children and his other children while he's over there calm, not screaming at you, not being disruptive. And he said when you were being disruptive, he called the cops to have you removed. So this video right here is not a good look for you or on you. In as much as Neyo, yes, he has his ways and he's hurt a lot of people, this doesn't show you in a good light. You are being disruptive and he called the authorities to have you removed from his property. Then you recorded yourself saying you will physically assault him. How do you think this is going to work in your favor or look good on you? I don't get it. But regardless, this is not a good look, Neyo. This is what you got yourself in. You had your family, you had your happy life, you had your peace, but that wasn't enough. You needed more, and now look at you. Those innocent kids are my only concern because this is a hot mess. The nerve of her to comfortably say, you can't stay home with your kids. You can't just be home and be a dad and lay there. When he was laying with you while he was married with kids, he was doing exactly what you're accusing him of doing. He was leaving his wife, his children, and his family to be with you. Listen, Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz, they've been married for over a decade. Leah Rhymes and her husband just celebrated 13 years of marriage, I think. So yes, it works out sometimes. However, when the person is doing the same thing with you, I don't know why some of these women think it's not going to happen to them. We are witnessing Portia Williams going through the same thing right now. Her soon-to-be ex-husband was doing everything he's doing to her in a divorce and all of that to his ex-wife. Okay? So it doesn't always work out that way where you end up being with a person for years. When people show you who they are, believe them. So when he was disappearing with you, disappearing and abandoning his family to be with you, what makes you think that you are so special that you're going to get special treatment? Like I said, my only concern are these innocent kids, because now you have exposed something bigger. The other mothers could be like, I don't want that person around my kids. Restraining orders, all of that. You are cursing in the house. You're being disruptive, threatening to hit their dad, physically assault him. I don't want that type of person around my children. So now you can't come in the house or be around the other kids. Of course, you and Neyo have children together, so the two of you can co-parent that way. But now you have exposed yourself to even bigger issues. Also, you have made his life more complicated, because now they're going to say to him, she can't be around our children. And if you're going to keep her around our children, then I'm going to go to court and file paperwork that you have to fix that before you can see our kids. Or your visit have to be supervised, because I don't trust this person around our children, especially someone that's going to come on Instagram Live and expose everything, not caring. So, yeah, Neyo, you have to be careful with who you mess with and all of this. Of course, for the sake of your children and family, but you are also Neyo, so this is not a good look for your brand. However, he is Neyo. He's worked very hard for years. He's talented. So a woman going on Instagram Live and doing this, it's not going to stop anything as it relates to his career, because if anything was supposed to completely shut down his career, was the first story I explained with his ex-fiance, okay? But people still showed up. People still bought the tickets. People, empathize with Monyetta. I do too. But everyone moved on. And then what he did to his ex-wife did not stop Neyo from selling out his shows and doing his thing. And this Instagram Live is not going to stop it either. However, it's not a good look. Go ahead and get the necessary help that the both of you need and do better. Like I said, Monyetta is now remarried. She's currently on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Well, the last season. I'm not sure if she's coming back. His ex-wife, Crystal, she's doing her thing. She's on the new show as well, Carlos King, new show, Bold and Bougie or something like that. And she's very successful and doing extremely well. So I do wish every single one of them the best and do better for the sake of the children. Once again, thank you all for clicking the links in the description below and going to the boutique website and supporting my business and making purchases and buying the merch and all of that. Thank you all for also subscribing to my YouTube members only, for watching the videos, for subscribing to the channel, for clicking, and for everything. I'm wishing all of you well and take care. My loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.